Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. My name is Oh-sheena and this is my booktube channel. I am really glad that you clicked on this video. This is an intro video. If you have never been here before, if you've never seen any of my videos or know anything about my channel, this video is for you. I wanted to just have kind of a landing page for everyone who is new so that you can get to know me and know if you want to stick around or not. So I'll start with a little bit of background information. I am from Canada, so it's not an easy country to ship to just with all of the shipping costs. So I do the best I can. I use my library a lot. I don't often buy a ton of books or pre-order books just because I want to be wise with my money. So you will see a lot more library books on this channel, some ebooks, and then any books that I get sent, I do disclose that either from a publisher or from an author directly. I've been making booktube videos for almost 7.5 years, actually almost 8 years. So I've been doing it for a very long time and I love it. This is my place. I love sharing about books and it's grown into such a beautiful community for me. So I can't see myself stopping. I do take breaks here and there, but for the most part, I just love making these videos. So you will see consistency on my channel. I upload at least once a week, but mostly twice a week, but I don't have set days. So sometimes it's like Monday, Friday, Tuesday, Saturday. Usually Monday, Tuesday, or Friday, Saturday are the days that I upload, but it is open to change as well. In terms of the types of videos that I make, I do the typical book videos where it's TBRs, wrap-ups, sometimes hauls, but I don't haul a lot of books. Sometimes I do tags, but the bulk of my channel is recommendation videos. Those are my favorite to film. They just allow me to share books in a very specific way. So I'll categorize it by genre or whether it's clean or not, or if there's a specific trope in the books. So I have a lot of recommendations on my channel and I do have playlists for all of those groups of videos. So check my playlist on my channel. All of my reading wrap-ups are there, all of my recommendations. I have a Christian recommendation playlist and then just a normal playlist of recommendations. I will say a lot of my TBRs are always going to be pile of possibilities. They are not strict. I am definitely a mood reader. I cannot just like say that I'm going to read something and then read it. For the most part, I have to be in the mood for it or I won't like the book, even if it is a good book. So that's something always on my mind as well. In terms of the types of books that I read, so I read primarily romance. That is my favorite genre. And then within that genre, I look for clean romance books. So I have found that Christian romance is some of the best clean romance out there. So Christian fiction, Christian romance, those books will pop up on my channel a lot. I do talk about my faith. I am a Christian, so I do make some faith videos and share about either things I'm reading in the Bible or nonfiction related to my faith, but then definitely Christian fiction as well. So, but romance is kind of the overall like genre of this channel. That's what I like to read. I do dabble in other genres sometimes, but for the most part, there has to be romance in the book for me to like the book, because that's like what I get invested in, is seeing a relationship develop. In terms of age groups, I rarely read middle grade and sometimes read YA, but not often. I started out reading YA, but now I've kind of grown, I guess, into just preferring adult. So it kind of, I look for characters that are like between the ages of 20 and up is what I'm looking for. And my most like specifically preferred genre is contemporary romance. So any kind of modern day romance, that's what I'm looking for. I don't super enjoy historical settings or time periods. I will read them. There are some historical authors that I really like because they write great romance and I can kind of get over the historical setting, but it's not what I seek out, and I would always choose a contemporary story over a historical story. Same with fantasy. I kind of avoid fantasy, but if it sounds really good, then I would give it a try, especially if there is meant to be romance in it. But again, I'm always looking for clean versions of all of those types of books. So if I hear that a book has a lot of steamy scenes in it, I probably won't even pick it up. My goal is to be able to recommend you guys the best clean books out there. It will mean that I have to read some books that aren't clean to really know, and I can't always know before I read a book what's going to be in it. So there are books that I read sometimes with content that I wouldn't seek out myself or personally recommend to you, but just know that I will always disclose what kind of content is in a book, specifically to like romance, any kind of like physical content. Language is something that I have a little bit more wiggle room with. If it's few and far between. If it's mild, I'm more easily able to read over it, whereas with romance and like, yeah, details like that, I have trouble reading over it, but language I can read over. So I will always try to say if a book has language or if it has any like steamy content in it. So I think those are the basics. Hopefully that is helpful. I will link some videos in the description of this video, maybe for where you can start if you're new to my channel. And also in every one of my videos, I always have a check these videos out next if you've never been here before. They're kind of good starting points. I've made a couple of videos about my like favorite Christian romance of all time, clean romance recommendations. So I'll link those down below if you want to explore some more. And then also my playlists that you might be interested in. I'll link those in the description too, so you can click around. And then one last thing related to accepting books for review. I am very unlikely to accept a book for review if I haven't already heard about it or if the description just does not interest me. So if any books have any kind of fantasy element, I'm very unlikely to accept it for review just because I probably won't like it. I would be a bad reviewer for it. And then I do tend to stick to my tried and true publishers that I know publish books that I really like. And I also don't want to overload myself. Again, I'm a mood reader, so I have trouble sticking to timelines when it comes to reviewing books, so I try not to take on too much each month, just because it is a lot and I'm doing this for fun. This is not a job. So I want to keep it light and fun, and that way you guys can trust that any books that I'm reading, it's because I want to read them and I hope that they're going to be a good recommendation for you in the end. So we're going to end this video with a little bit of fun. I'm just going to like show some books that are my favorites. So I'm not going to say anything about them. I'm not going to say their title. I'm just going to literally show them. You can kind of get an idea of the types of books that I've already read and what my favorites are. And I thank you for watching. If you want to leave any comments on this video, asking questions, I'm happy to answer them. But thank you for watching, you guys.